Hi, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. I'm going to be doing a foundation routine for you that I have been doing for a few weeks now, and I'm really enjoying the outcome of it. And I'm going to be using some products that are like shop my stash, and I figured out just how much I do love them, and then a couple things that are new, and I want to make sure that I have all my products out in front of me. Now I usually have my hair up like in a t-shirt or a towel, but I washed my hair yesterday, and so it's dry, and I just kind of styled it first and just pinned it back, as you can see. Now the foundations that I've been using, I've actually been using the same one but two different shades, and I combined them. They're the Makeup Forever HD, and this has been a long time and lately it's been a love. And what I do is I combine the shade N120 and N123, and they make the perfect color for me. And you might ask, well, why don't you use the shade in the middle of those? Well, the shade in the middle has more pink undertones, and I need yellow to kind of hide the red I have in my face, and I have more golden yellow undertones than I do red. I have hardly any red. The only red is on from my rosacea and the lupus rash that I get. So let's get started, and I'll show you what I do. All right, I take the reach for the brush. I take the foundations, and I take I should like mark them so I know on the top. The N123, which is a little bit darker, looks like that. And I take one pump of that, and then maybe like I forgot to shake the other one, about a half a pump of the other one, and it just lightens it up just a tinge, which is what makes a good color for me. Then I'm using my Real Techniques, what is this? The Expert face brush, I'm not talking right, face brush, and I just start where I have a lot of the redness, which is my cheeks, my nose, my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. And I start with a little bit because you can always build on, but taking off is kind of a pain. You have to almost start all over. And I'm just kind of blending it all around, and I take a lot of time to blend it in all over my face. And sometimes I go underneath the eye and then on top of the eyelid, but today I'm not going to. I found a great concealer that I'm really loving, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. And I'm going to take a little bit more of both. And mix them again with my brush, and just go back where I still have some redness. And I even go around my nose with this one where you would put concealer. It works really good. And sometimes I have to put a little extra like concealer around that, but I don't know about today. I'm looking at my mirror, by the way, that's in this direction, and not looking here like I should be, but I can't see as well in the little monitor that I have. Then I just kind of go down my neck a little bit, even though it does match it. Get this area that I have that is so swollen. I have a disease called Sjogren's syndrome, and it likes to make this whole jaw area just so swollen some days, and I just really hate it. But it's one of those diseases that lupus just gave me, and that's just very common for that to happen. Okay, I think I blended it in pretty well. Now I'm going to go with my concealer, and this is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, and I'm loving this, loving. Now the trick to this is you have to use just a tiny dot for both eyes. If you use too much, and that might even be too much, if you use too much, it looks cakey, and it's like you run out of places to spread it. and I just use my finger. Sometimes I use a concealer brush, but I go right on top of where the dark areas are. And I have a little bit over here at the other corner of my eyes. And then I kind of bring it down with my finger, sort of like that triangle, but in a light way. And I'm going to use just a little bit more. And this is where that starting really small helped. And this is not even like a quarter of a dot. It's very tiny. But I need a little more. But this is the first concealer that I have used that has covered the darkness that I get. And I don't only get like black or dark blue. I get like a red color underneath my eyes. And it's not pretty. Okay, once I tap that in, I just take a dry beauty blender, and this is one of those purple ones that came out, and I do need to clean it, but I'll use this end. And I just go along and tap that right in and blend it as well as I can. Okay, now I'm going to take my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, I should put it there, and this is in the color medium. I'm going to take any type of stipple brush because it's very loose and it won't put a ton of powder. And now I do have some dry skin around the cheek area and sometimes my whole face, but I've been able to use this just in the center of my face to set the makeup and give a little extra coverage, especially to this chin area that really tends to just pop up red throughout the day. Even no matter what foundation or concealer I use, it just never gets totally covered. And because my skin is really moisturized today, I used the CeraVe. I really love it. I'm going to put it on my cheeks because I don't feel extra dry. And then I'm going to take this brush again and just blend all over. I didn't put any on my eyes, but I'm just kind of closing my eyes there just to get what's around blended very well. Okay, the next step that I usually do is my eyebrows, and I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I have it in two colors, and the one that I use now, since I have the highlights, is caramel. And first thing I do is I just kind of brush the brows. I have rather thick brows, as you can tell. They're starting to thin out just a little bit. You know, with age that happens. But I was one of those babies that was born with a full head of hair and the, you know, pretty full eyebrows for a baby. So I've always had them. I've never really overplucked them. And I don't usually have to bother with them too much, just groom them a little bit. The only part that doesn't grow back is the middle area. I used to have a unibrow when I was a young girl, and my mom tweezed that, and that never came back. But I've like tweezed here a little bit too much years ago, and they just grew back, so I'm pretty lucky with that. Okay, so I'm just kind of lightly going over, filling in the little spots, not taking a whole lot of time. If I was going to a special event, then I would do that, do more perfect. More perfect, is that a word? Now I'm going to take this new Mineralized Skin Finish. It's part of the Kelly Osbourne collection, and this is Jolly Good, and I'm really loving this. I'm just going to take this stipple brush and just go over, looks like that. And I'm going to go like high on the cheekbones with this. And then I'm going to go down my nose, and a little on my chin, and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And I find that this really light bronzy color helps the redness to stay away from my cheeks. So that makes me happy. Now I'm going to take another brush. This is a MAC brush. It's the number 103 or 108. They're starting to disappear think it's a 108. And I'm going to take my Hoola bronzer, which is my favorite bronzer, and I've hit pan, a little tiny spot, very exciting. Going to grab some of that. And I'm going to start just here, and as you see, I'm not really contouring. I'm just adding a little bit more of warmth to my face since it is summer, and I cannot lay out in the sun because it makes me ill. So I like to just kind of bronze up a little bit so it makes it look like I have been. Now since I'm pretty swollen over here, I try my best to camouflage it, but it's really hard, so I just lightly put some there. I can put this down and lightly there and a little bit right there. And before I got started with this, I put on some lip balm, and what I used is one of my EOS lip balms, which I really love. And I'm going to put a little more. I like to always put that before I start, just to kind of condition my lips. So this is the foundation routine. As you can see, it's really simple and it doesn't take a long time, but for me it's been really working. I don't spend that much time outside, but when I do go outside, this really helps in the Florida heat. And also when I am going out during the day, I put on my CeraVe SPF of 30. But since I won't be going out till later for a short time, the sun will be long gone, and I just put my regular CeraVe lotion. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you have any ideas or requests for me to do, please leave them down there. I know that some people have wanted me to do a tutorial, get ready with me, and I will be doing that. And this is kind of part of it to show you the routine that I've been doing for foundation. And if you can remember what I looked like before, which I didn't take a picture, or else I would put it like over here, I think it does a pretty good job at covering the redness and just evening out my skin tone. I didn't put any blush on because I haven't decided what blush I'm going to use. It might be Peaches by MAC, but I will show that in another video because it could get too long. So take care of yourselves, and I hope that you're doing well, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.